I don't know about you, but Saturday mornings and breakfast cereal always make me think of my childhood and gathering up around the TV and watching my favorite cartoons. Back in the old days, it used to be four channels with some of the greatest shows. And now, all these years later, I still remember them, and I have fond memories of the cereal that I had, which was Post Toasties cornflakes. Now, I know a lot of people would associate other cereals with their childhood, sweeter cereals, colorful cereals, and I had those too, but a staple in my house growing up was Post Toasties. A good bowl of Post Toasties, maybe jazzed up with some grapes and bananas, maybe not grapes, maybe I'm thinking of raisins, not grapes, raisins, and some bananas. I don't know, grapes would be kind of weird. I don't think I'd want to eat that in cereal. Try raisins, be safe, but I digress. Post Toasties again. Great cereal growing up. And just to give you a little history, Post Toasties they began in 1904. They were made by the Postum Cereal Company, a rival to Kellogg's, which makes Kellogg's cornflakes that everybody knows today. Post Toasties ran for over 100 years. They ended in 2016. August of 2016, they stopped making them. So over the years, I started wanting a bowl of Post Toasties cornflakes. Please excuse my dog. She is very active today. I was able to track down a box Post Toasties cereal unopened on eBay a couple of years ago, and that is this box right here. There were many different styles of art for the cereal box, and this was more of a laid-back, subdued style. It has the cereal bowl on the front. Strawberries. Why didn't I think of that? You could put strawberries in them. Besides, don't put grapes. Strawberries. All right. So, Post Toasties. Then on the back, it's got another view of the cereal bowl with a write-up here about the cereal. We start with sun-sweetened corn. Bake the kernels into crispy flakes. Toast them until they are golden brown. And pack them fresh to preserve their naturally delicious flavor. Post Toasties are high in complex carbohydrates and low in fat. They are a delicious and wholesome way to start the day. And then on the side panel, there's some interesting information about the company and when it was started. C.W. Post was a strong believer in starting each day with a healthy breakfast. So I had found this box, and you can hear it, still full, unopened, and it sits on a shelf in my kitchen as a decorative item. And I go in my kitchen a lot and I look at that box and I think, oh, I would love to open that up and just taste that toasted flake flavor that only Post Toasties had. Because you might say, well, just get some cornflakes. It's not the same thing. They had a thing they did with their toasting process that gave it just the perfect toast. What more can you say? So I look at this box and I dream of having a bowl of cereal from the good old Post Toasties box, but I dare not open it because that's it. That's the only box. Well, recently, a friend of mine, I'll just say Ryan, and you know who you are, sir, was kind enough to track down this box of Post Toasties individual size. Now, maybe you're not familiar with this, maybe you are, but when we were kids, you could get big packs of little individual cereal packs, different varieties, different types of cereals. This is a Post Toasties cornflakes. Notice the art style is a little bit different. They had a yellow background, but same cereal. Inside, still has the full box of cereal. Today, I am going to open this box of cereal, put it in this bowl, show you, the viewer, that this is legitimately being opened today, and I'm going to eat this bowl of cereal. The date of this cereal manufactured, I have looked into it, and while I cannot find an actual physical marking on the box, the closest we can pinpoint is mid to late 1980s. So this is going to be probably from around 86 to 1989 at the latest. Judging from the wrapper, they changed the wrappers after that time. So this is a 40-year-old plus box of cereal. I'm going to eat it. I believe the cereal in this is still good and still edible. As long as this packaging has not been compromised, and I don't see any kind of like seepage or anything that has gotten to this paper or cardboard, this dry cereal should, in theory, still be good. It may not be quite as fresh, a little old, 40 years, but I think it's gonna be fine. So we're gonna find out together what a 40-year-old box of cereal looks like and tastes like. Now, I wanna keep this box for a decoration. So I have got a X-Acto knife here. I think I'm going to try to cut the bottom open and get the cereal out, put it back together so I can have my box. So I will begin by opening this. I think I'm going to just try not to disturb the label as much as possible. I almost feel bad doing this. 40 years, and I'm cutting it. Crazy 40-year-old box of cereal, and I am opening it. All right, there's the first section. There we go. Cutting, cutting, cutting. Oh, we're almost there, folks. What's it gonna look like? Is it gonna be black? Or is it just gonna be a golden bowl of deliciousness? I hope for that. All right. Can you see it? Here we go. I'll pull this back. All right, inside there's a white, oh, that's the cardboard. Okay. Oh, look at this. Okay, I'm a little surprised. I thought there would be a plastic bag in here. These were put right in the cardboard. Can you see this? You getting a good shot of that? All right, so we're gonna pour this out now in the bowl. Let's look and see what it looks like. Look at that, folks. Look at that. 1980s breakfast cereal. Bowl, or the box is now empty. We can now close that back up. Set this back out here. All right. I would like to you to note that I have a coffee cup with those Toasties. Enjoying the morning coffee. Now, when I was a kid, I don't generally now put sugar in my cereal as I'm an older person, and when you get older, you just don't eat as much sweet. But I always had a little bit of sugar on my cereal, so I have my Post Toasties. I would put just a little bit of sugar sprinkled over. I never was that crazy about Frosted Flakes, oddly enough, but I did like a little bit of sugar in my Post Toasties. And I have some fresh milk. We're gonna open this bad boy up, pouring it into the cereal now. Don't miss this. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, still looks like it did back in the day. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Tell me that doesn't look like a brand new bowl of cereal. All right. So now the only thing left to do is try this stuff. Post Toasty cereal, 40 years old, going in. Thank you so much, Ryan, for this again. Oh, wow. It even smells like Post Toasty cereal. It smells toasted, oddly enough. Here we go, folks. It's 1988. I'm about to watch He-Man on the cartoon shows, maybe some Transformers and G.I. Joe. Here we go. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so immediately I'm noticing there's not as much crunch as there was when it was new. There is a slight loss of the toastedness. It's a little, still there, I can taste it, but it's not like it once was. 40 years, it's a long time, especially sitting in cardboard. I suspect if this had been in plastic, which this one is, I think it would have been a lot more toasty flavored, but nope. It lost its crunch pretty quick too. Maybe a side effect of being so old. I would compare it to maybe Rice Krispies. You know the flavor of plain Rice Krispies with some sugar? That's pretty close. But in a flake form. Well, look at this. This cereal does not look bad, does it? It's interesting. Dry goods, if stored properly, you'll be amazed at how long they'll last. Mm. Very good. 1980s Toasties cereal. I'm having it for breakfast. It is the year 2026. I'm happy with this. It's really good for 40-year-old cereal, I have to say. That box is in trouble now. I'm really wanting to open that, but I'm going to resist the urge. Give it another 20 years. Maybe I'll open it. We'll see. When they wheel me into the nursing home, I'll have them feed me that. So, if you enjoyed this nostalgic look into the past, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I do a lot of weird, quirky things. I post a lot of funny, odd things. And who knows, maybe I'll find some more cereals to try or some older foods again. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Good stuff. Honey, can we watch Transformers?